way to actually roll out, since there's a whole lot of other ways. Now look, bro, I feel like, to me, this is a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? At least, well, yeah, the music hasn't changed that much. I mean, I was listening to How I Feel. I think that's the name. How Do I Feel? How I Feel. That shit is slapper, bruh. That's a slapper right there. But obviously, even now, the visuals. When you take a look at the visuals, it is that kind of like IRL stream type. You know, the camera following him around. You know what I'm saying? Without, like, the only thing that's left to make it officially look like a live stream is the chat just going up and down like that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, yo, he should actually do it that way. But you know what I'm saying? But yes, it be curated on some. You don't have to talk to anybody. They can script the whole journey of the story within the stream, right? But literally have chat, have his fans like talking, doing whatever, bro. I feel like that's cool on some shit, bro. Like, me personally, dog, you know, like, I like it when I see new things. You know what I'm saying? Being applied within a space that has now felt mechanical in terms of how things are supposed to be rolled out. You know what I mean? The typical interviews. You know what I'm saying? The typical, I don't know. I don't even know. Yeah, the interviews. What else? What else did niggas do? Radio stations. You know what I'm saying? Magazine covers. This, that, and the third. It's like, okay, cool, bro. That has been happening for years, dog. And the fact that Drake is actually adapting in this way is that, and also another thing. I feel like it depends on the generation that you're part of, bruh. I feel like the younger generation are appreciative of the fact that Drake is, you know, going at this rollout in more of a current way of media consumption, aka streaming. You know what I'm saying? Even just like with his involvement in just like gamble streams and you know what I'm saying? These gambling platforms, and I don't know. He probably might have been striking deals with Kick, and I don't know. Maybe that's alleged. Like, I'm not even sure. But the fact that he would just like pull up and just start gambling online, da da da, things like that. I feel like, to me, it's like it's a build up to a picture, bro, or a vision of how he wants to be consumed. You know what I'm saying? And it's through these current platforms, bro, like streaming platforms. And I feel like the younger crowd can appreciate Drake more for that, while the older motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? You only expose the generation you're part of, like if you're into what he's doing versus not. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, I haven't been, I haven't listened to the Clips album. You know, their latest shit, because of the traditional route of rolling shit out. I ain't seen the interviews that just pull me closer to their music, blah blah blah. This is not to say I'm not a fan of their music. I feel like they are masters at what they do at this point. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with them heavy. You know what I'm saying? Depends on what, like, which songs you're talking about. You know what I mean? But damn, I'm more aware of the Drake shit. You feel what I'm saying? So another thing that I actually want to point out is the fact that this shit can actually be hard. Like, in terms of just how I'm breaking it down in my mind. You know what I mean? I feel like there has to be a way to dip your foot into the streaming stuff without your brand being consumed by now streaming and just content creation versus your artistry. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Drake putting out the music, making shit about the music, but making the music have you know, the visuals of a streaming platform, or just like how he's representing his music visually. You know what I mean? Like the whole just being in one spot, moving around, doing this, that, and the, instead of traditional music video style. You know what I mean? Like, that whole thing, and how he's going about it. I feel like that's his way of maintaining the music brand. His brand is music, but just the aesthetic is now, you know what I'm saying? This whole alternative media consumption type feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you look at an artist like 6ix9ine, you feel what I mean? Like literally, well, I've seen what 6ix9ine has been on. You know what I'm saying? Being on streams, this, that, and the third, and I think he has a deal. I think maybe with a label or some sort of company where he has to roll the music out with some content, right? Some streaming content. And therefore, but then look, I've only been seeing him predominantly or like for the most part on streams instead of his music. He has been dropping music too, but I know nothing about his recent music. Now look at the effect that the streaming thing has had on 6ix9ine. You know what I mean? Like his whole brand has shifted into a streamer, dog, if you ask me right now. You know what I mean? So with Drake also trying to appeal in a streaming-esque sort of way to, you know, his audience or reaching the streaming audience and just pulling those into his music, I feel like, you know, he has to like just walk a fine line. He's walking a fine line. You know what I'm saying? Because he could easily just jump into the other side, which is just like becoming a streamer, of which that could be. You see how he has this switch up that he, you know what I'm saying, that he, you know, often falls into the side of just singing and R&B. You have that singing and R&B Drake whenever he's just probably tired of like the rap shit, the hard shit, the really entertaining shit, right? Really the resonant shit, right? But when he's tired of that or has some sort of artistic block, creative block on that shit, he comes through with the singing and, you know, as some sort of, yeah, let me just fall back on that and then I'll come back to that. This, you know what I'm saying? This streaming thing might be his way to, you know, keep himself busy on something else while he's thinking of his next idea on how to come through with the music. You know what I'm saying? Might just catch him on just like stream doing whatever. You know what I mean? And I feel like at that point, that's when it might be easy for him to just be like, you know what? Matter of fact, well, it may be easy from the audience looking at him to be like, nah, this guy's actually a streamer now. Like, what the fuck? He's a content creator. Fuck that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I don't know, bro. It's new. It's different. It has people tweaking because, yeah, people are not used to this guy, you know what I'm saying, moving this way. He's trying something new. I cannot knock it. You feel what I'm saying? I could respect it. Over maybe a Young Thug, bro, popping out after some like embarrassing controversy. I'm saying some defaming shit. You know what I mean? And that being his strategy for a rollout. You know what I mean? After the whole rat tapes, right? Then we get the album types. It's like, yeah, it is a way to just like get people's attention on you. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, I cannot respect how that nigga, you know what I'm saying, pulled up with his new like shit. Like, come on, bro. At least Drake is something you can respect. Yes, it's off of like him also, his name being defamed off some shit. You know what I'm saying? Losing the battle. You know? The rap battle heard about all over the world. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know what he's doing.